All right, cool. We are rolling. It is 9:59, 7 minutes until 10 a.m. This 4 hour candle will be opening. And let me go ahead and take a look at which one is stronger so far. So at 9:30, we see no highs being made here on the ES. So it looks like NASDAQ is a little bit stronger today, ES a little bit weaker. I'm starting to lean more towards the shorts when you notice a few things here. All right, let's look at ES. We take out all-time highs, of course, and we leave massive imbalances down here. All right, so with these massive imbalances, I'm thinking price could want to either sweep this liquidity here. I have this 4 hour low here. If price maintains this upper 4 hour fair value gap, I would think we go higher. But if we start to get up under it, which it looks like we are, right? You see this massive wick above, and then we still close underneath these bearish candles here. That opens the door for lower. We have this massive imbalance here. All right. So maybe we get a drive. If we can drive down into here, that'll be where I'm looking to short it to. Looking at NASDAQ compared to ES, what looks bearish over here. We have a few engulfing rejections here from this high. Notice price hasn't shown really any structure above these highs here. It's just wicks and reject, wick and reject. All right, so now that we've taken this high, I want to know, can we start to reject again? Last time we took a high in this area, we sold off pretty decent. We took out this high, pulled back to the EMA, took out a high again with more rejection. So let's see if price wants to start flipping here. If I go to the 2 hour chart and clean this up here. If I go into the 2 hour chart, you have this nice engulfing area here, which I can make bigger. Bearish territory. All right. And we have this fair value gap that was filled here. We make a new high. So now the question is always the same question, right? Anytime price makes a high or a low on a new time frame, you want to know, is this a push higher to break structure and then pull back and continue like so? All right. Or is that a sweep of the high just to go lower? All right. Those are the only two scenarios in trading. That's why it's always important to wait for the sweep. It helps you narrow down your opportunities. All right. Rest of the market looks red. If you ask me, maybe we go short. We're about to find out here, right? So hope everyone's ready to roll here. See what we can get. Prices dumping. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna immediately jump down here to the lower time frame, switch over to ES. And I want to know, all right, what happens now that we're taking out this liquidity down here? As I mentioned, price should be bearish, and look at it. It's literally dropping right towards the liquidity, right at the 10 a.m. open. So this could end up being bullish now, right? See how you can have certain targets, and then once those targets start to get hit, you look at the clock and you be like, all right, we hit these targets, but it's 10 a.m. So this is probably going to be a power of 3 lower. Take out this data low. All right. We had CPI today. Price flips aggressively back towards the low. The data came in positive. So CPI should have had a strong bullish reaction. We get that reaction. We pull back to the Asia low here. And we're pulling back to this fair value gap here. And now I want to see how price responds underneath this low. Now that the liquidity is taken out, see how far price wants to push here. All right, if I go to the 2 hour, we had this massive candle here with a nice wick on the top. That's a very important area of interest. I like this low as well as a bullish area of interest. Anything in this territory here where you have engulfing, another engulfing down here. I like those areas for buys, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and start looking for a bullish reaction. See what happens. Let's see what happens here. And I also want to know where the most volume is on this move here. So if we can go ahead and start looking at this high to this low, I wonder where the most volume is. Okay, nice. So showing that all the volume is sitting up at the top of the range. All right. And looking at NASDAQ, massive SMT at the low. We have this weekly open in between price here. And I'm sure we have some bullish areas over here as well. Yeah, we just tapped into this 2-hour engulfing here, right next to midnight. All right, so yeah, let's see what we can do here. 2-hour high, 2-hour low, SMT off of that low. So naturally, I would want to see NASDAQ take out this low right here as well. So let's see what happens. I might short NASDAQ here. It just depends on what happens here. Let's see. Let me get ready. Price is moving pretty fast, right? Volume looks good. Open up my contracts, make sure everything looks good. All right, yeah. So have we taken out that low? Yeah, we did. All right. Style border. All right. So with that being taken out, all right, let me put my indicator back on so I can see. All right. First thing that gets my attention, we haven't taken out this. I'll make it thicker so I can see it. There we go. This is that range that I'm looking at here. And we have 10 a.m. as well. So where's 10 a.m. on? Yeah, this looks like we're probably going to go short here. We're underneath this EMA. Again, this rejection. I think I want to try this short here. It all depends on how these 1-minute candles start to unfold. You can short this back down to there. Now that price is up under this weekly open, notice we sweep here. Yeah, this is looking like a nice opportunity to short. You go 40 points on the stop, which would be 6 micros. All right, let's look at the 950 area of interest here. So yeah, depending on how this EMA holds up right here, I think I'm gonna try this short for how many contracts? 6 micro. Let's see here. Pull back to 6 a.m. Yeah. Let's see here. I think it's gonna try to run here. All right, yeah. Give me that short. Short real quick down to these lows here, down to the midnight price on NASDAQ. And then I want to see what else is down here. So yeah, we have that Asia low down there. And we have that 2-hour low. I'm looking for, like I said, I just want to see price catch up with what ES has going on before you start seeing the real move here. I think NASDAQ has a lot further to go. Got a bad feel. But we can still get a decent stop, like 35 points on the stop. And then I'm looking for, what price is this? Like 25,887. See if we can get some speed directly through this low. Midnight price down here. This will be a good target. And just looking for price to maintain this EMA and show some speed. We've seen a lot of speed lower. And the one thing that I like is that we took out this 830 low here, right? When we took out this 830 low, you see price rebalance to that weekly open, rebalance right into 10 a.m., and then show immediate rejection. So I'm thinking if I put my stop above this level, this could be our lower high, and price should take out this low to catch up with ES. ES is leading the way, and ES is very bearish. It's a little bit trickier trading the NASDAQ, but the reason I'm on the NASDAQ for this specific situation is because NASDAQ hasn't taken out these levels yet. We got some equal lows here. We got a nice bullish area of interest. I would want to see price start taking out liquidity in this area. We tapped into this area once, but we failed to take out any liquidity. All right. So I want to target those lows. Let's see if we can get some more speed here. Good move so far, but as always, you just want to see that follow through to complete the objective before. Let me put some alerts on ES. ES starts taking these lows, I may have to just go break even. Don't want to get caught in a trap because this should run lower. And this low is sitting at 982. Yeah, let's see how this 2 a.m. level holds now. We got a nice order block here. I would love to see a strong rejection now that we're retesting this level here. I haven't taken out that low on MES yet. See if we can get one more drive lower. See what ES looks like also, because ES sometimes looks a little different. Yeah, we still have this low available. Man. Eli, come here. Please stop, Eli. There we go. I need to see this start to run lower here now so that I can potentially go break even. Yeah, I don't see why price wouldn't just complete this low here. Unless it just wants to waste time. If it wants to waste time, then I need to get out, right? So get out, wait for a better setup. But so far, it's not terrible. I'm just looking for that speed, man. Like, you don't want to really give price a chance to be weird because it will. So 2, 4, 6, 8 minutes in this area. You see that speed, but then you see rejection. Like, come on. We need this low, buddy. What else is going on in this area? It's just a battle of patience, I guess, at this point. See if ES can take this low. Come on, no more wicks. No more wicks, kiddo. Yeah, I don't get it. I may just go break even here so I don't have anything to think about. I would love to see this gap get filled way down here on the ES. Man. Isn't it interesting how the market just makes you wait for things that almost seem inevitable? It'll force you to wait as if it's never gonna happen. Try and get you to get out of your position, or maybe even try to stop you out break even before taking out the draw. Come on, kid. Like if you could just dump one time. I think I have to go break even now. I feel like it's about to do something weird. It's either gonna dump like way lower than expected. There we go. There it is. There it is. All right, so these alerts are going off. All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to secure this in case it tries to pull back really quickly. There we go. Keep going. All right, nice. Nice. Oh, come on, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna just take this, guys. Come on, just dump. There we go. We took that low. We're in bullish territory. So yeah, I'm gonna be cool with like 350 to 400 here. Come on, just one more dump. I should have. Yeah, I gotta get out. I gotta get out. I have to get out there. All right, easy scalp. I should have had better TPs. This doesn't look like it's gonna be bearish. I hate these type of reactions. We took out the low, whatever. That's gonna just be a quick scalp. I don't want that to be my last trade. I wish it would have just dumped, but you can see that there's a lot of bullish pressure down here. Man, that sucks, bro. I could have had my TP at midnight. It'll be all right. 1 second. All right, cool. So there you go. Now it wants to go lower. I don't know, bro. Some stuff is just weird to me, bro. And I could see this just free falling for the rest of this liquidity down here. But I just like I said, bro, when the market's being weird, you have to just take what it gives you real quick. And there it goes. Oh my goodness. There it goes. The easiest short in America does its best to try to get you out of your trade, and it got me. This would have been easily just move your TP as it goes. Just keep moving your TP lower. But what I'm expecting now, right? We've swept this low. I'll take it. We caught a good, how many points was that? 927 to, caught a good 30 points. Can't get too bothered by that. I was looking for about, if that's 30 right there at 900. Yeah, I was looking about 40 or 50 points. So not terrible. It's just funny to see it finally start dumping when you get out of your position. The biggest candle happens when I get out. Now that we've taken this low, I'm looking for how price responds. I want to see a very, very strong reaction here. Remember, we tapped into the zone once, pushed higher, failed to break this level here. So this is going to be my area of interest, right? Obvious resistance here. Price can get above here, then I know that this high is probably going to be the next draw. Price stays underneath here. There's no reason for me to be bullish. Boom, 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 boom. Deep breaths. I'm gonna reset here. Kind of sucks because I wanted to be done with this short. We got a beautiful entry. I really wanted this. This was my fault. I should have TP'd at this low here, which would have been. Oh, I guess it's not terrible. 86, 14 points plus 30. It'd have been like 45 points. And now look, it just doesn't want to stop going lower. This is ridiculous. It just makes you wonder, like, what's the point of wicking off of this midnight price if you weren't gonna respect it at all? All right, so what I'm gonna do here is take a look at the other markets here. Let's see here. These market look pretty weak right now. Wow, bro, this was a beautiful short, my friends. Beautiful short, and now it's just bleeding. Like these are the candles I was hoping for up here, bro. Like, get out of here, man. Some stuff is just really stupid to me, bro. It's like when you're in a trade, the market literally chooses to do nothing. The moment you're out of a trade, you get the biggest candles of the session. And then for anybody that's going to try to short right now, watch, it's going to push for no reason. All right, so we've taken out this Asia low, which I guess that could have been a good draw as well. You got midnight. You have this higher time frame order block sitting right here, and then you have this Asia low. Price takes out all of those levels in one swipe. All right, so I'm expecting a strong reversal. That would be my idea. All right, I think if you ask me, bro, this might be the top of the market. I don't see price stopping anytime soon. Unless you start to see price show that it wants to start respecting something near this low. As you can see, there's nothing stopping price going all the way back to yesterday's 9:30 rally. So I could see price literally, if we don't start to show any type of support here, which ES is leading the way. So I should be watching ES. If ES can't find some sort of support in here, there's a few 1 minute order blocks here that could start to give some sort of resistance. But if not, price is gonna push all the way back down into here, man. And it probably happens pretty fast. So now the game has become a waiting game. I wish I found a way to hold my shorts. But for now, I don't see any reason to look for a reversal. It looks like price just wants lower. Maybe retest this midnight price from yesterday, retest this 9:30 open price, and retest this higher time frame area of interest here. So I will just sit back here, get off the lower time frame for now, and wait for price to finish doing what it's doing here. But excellent read on price. As we mentioned, price was in very bearish territory, and we just wanted to see how price was going to respond at these highs. We see price take the high, close back underneath the structure, and immediately start pushing lower, giving us the first sell idea, which was the short right around this 10 a.m. retest. Now, I love how tight this EMA is right now. So when price starts to flip, you're going to see bullish bullish structure, and you're going to see the EMA flip bullish as well. But as long as price stays underneath this EMA, I'll just sit back and relax. I completely missed this one, man, and I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just hard to know what. I can't be too down about it because it's hard to know what level in here price wanted. Because remember, all I wanted was this low to be taken. We took the low, we hit midnight price, and we bounced. Like, it's trash. But that's the type of stuff that's like, that's where the market can do whatever it wants to do. It could have bounced here instantly and went right back up. I would have been even more upset. But instead, you get that closure through. And once you break midnight, like there's nothing really left besides Asia low. So that's why it was kind of upsetting because price could have just closed through that midnight price for us, instead of trying to fake us out. But maybe next time I'll just use the EMA as my stop and see what happens there, because we did get rejection, but as long as price stayed underneath this EMA, I think we would have been fine. It's just tough. It's tough, bro. Especially dealing with these highly manipulated charts. Just take what the market gives you. Good job. So, what do we have here? Crypto still looks pretty strong, around 92,000. I don't see much going on over here. 10 a.m. opens accumulating right now. Nothing has been swept. Okay, well, we sweep this 7 a.m. high here. See how price responds now that that level's been swept. All right, yeah, you get a nice flip here. Yeah, this is bearish. Notice we put in this high, take the low, give you a breaker, and we're holding the low of this breaker, and then you get another displacement here. Price pushes to the high, slams back lower. I would say this is your confirmation for lower here. Price probably wants this low. The question, like, the reason trading is hard, right? It's not that it's hard to figure out where price is going. I think that's pretty reasonable. You can get to the point where you're pretty good at figuring out where price wants to go. The question that always remains difficult is how long is price going to take to get there, right? Because we could be 100% right. We could be spot on price break structure here again, should go lower, but instead of going lower right now, it could do this and then just dump. And it's like, wow, I tried shorting all in here, got chopped up, but my drawn liquidity was 100% correct. This is the type of stuff that makes trading a scam. It'll do this way more times than not. So that's why you got to be careful. And that's why it's important to have an exit plan when things seem to be manipulated. All right, retesting this EMA. We've flipped the EMA already on ES now. We're inside of this bullish territory. We're inside of that 4 hour gap. I'm sure a lot of traders are going to be looking for buys here, guys. A lot of traders are going to be looking for buys. No question. Excuse me. No question. I wish Tradeovate would update, bro. I feel like their whole system is just trash. I was just trying to like, why not just steal the whole Top Step X type of design? you know. Do, 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 do. All right, cool. Starting to see some wick activity here. Notice there's no SMT in this area. The charts look very, very synchronized. The one thing I want to know is, all right, how does price respond now that we've closed? Well, we still have 26 minutes there. 15-minute candle. All right, so now that we've closed underneath these bullish attempts to go higher, it's very important to realize how price responds when we retest this area. I want to see price get above it effortlessly, boom, close above it, get back in bullish territory, back above support. That way you can start to draw up a plan for higher. Because if price can't break through this retest here, then you have no choice but to think lower. And I still think lower if you ask me. Because if you just look at the past few days, we've been going up, 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 right? So let's go back. Today's Tuesday. Let's go back to last week, right? Monday. Nope, that's not last week. Monday, right here. So if we look at Monday, we just go higher. Tuesday, higher. Wednesday, we pull back to retest, right? Hold. This is very bullish. We go higher. We pull back right at the market open. Remember, we dumped off in Asia, retest bullish structure, go higher, take this high. Every time market has taken a high, you get a pullback. So that's the phase we're in right now. We're in that pullback phase. And previously, seems like the market found higher time frame order blocks before it turned around, right? So notice when we break higher here with this high, price pulls back. It doesn't stop in this gap, right? it gives you a nice bounce, but essentially price continues lower all the way to order blocks before going back on the uptrend. Same thing here. We don't care for this gap. Price breaks right through the gap, goes right back towards order blocks in here before going higher. So here goes another gap situation. Does price respect this gap, or does price push all the way back to this order block? That's the question. And it's looking like we're going to push to that order block because if you notice, we tap the gap above, reject, reject, make a high with the news, and close back inside the range. I would say price is likely going to do something like this. And then once it gets in this area, maybe you start to see that rally higher. But right now, I think it's just extremely bearish. So I'm coming up with a game plan here. The best way for me to short this would be some sort of SMT on the pullback back into this range, and then start to reject one of these key levels like midnight price or this weekly open or even 10 a.m. open, right? All right, there we go. That's the type of reaction I want to see here. It's 10:35. Let me clean up my chart, hide these executions. We are back in attack mode. All right. All right. So this is where like the waiting game comes into play because I have certain levels that I want to see hit before I consider looking for a short. So far, we haven't hit those. If price just wants to give these baby pullbacks and then keep going lower, there's not much I can do. I'm thinking price ends up going higher, man. It's just a matter of this is tough. This is tough. If it wants to keep going lower, it could. I just don't think there's a play for me lower here. Just let it go lower without me, unless we get a significant pullback to specifically. I like this midnight price, but price could find some valid resistance right here, right now, because we're retesting that Asia low on ES and we're retesting this 15-minute fair value gap. That's tough, man. And if I look at let's look at the macro from earlier. What was going on? Nothing. Yeah, we were inside of this gap all the way through. 10 a.m. opens. We tap into here. Gap through. Yeah, this 1 minute gap at 10 a.m. was the answer. Beautiful short, man. Price is still maintaining this gap here. So this is where you need to see price flip if you're going to be bullish, which I mentioned earlier, but definitely has to get above here. I want to say price should be bullish now because of how aggressive this sell-off was, and on top of the fact that we have a positive sentiment. The inflation is lower. That's the biggest, one of the biggest factors in the market sentiment right now. What's inflation up to? And inflation is fine. The the markets typically rally with that type of information. All right, yeah. So I'm gonna sit back and just wait for price to show his hand here, because if price wants lower, I think I just have to pass. And if price wants higher, it has a lot of work to do before I'm convinced that it truly wants higher. So it's a what, 15 minutes into 11. I think if we give price 15 or 20 minutes to get itself together here, we'll start to see a lot more clues. So I'm going to give that a chance to play out. But if I go to the higher time frame, if we start to lose this red line here, for example, if the EMA starts to close underneath, so you'll notice, right? I'll give you guys an example here. So notice this red line right here I have at 25,880. The cool part about this level is not only is there obvious resistance at this level, you notice the EMA respect that resistance as well. The EMA never got comfortable underneath here. And that's how you knew that this was even more of a valid support area, right? All right. So here, what I'm thinking is if price allows the EMA to get comfortable underneath this red line, then I know for sure I'm not interested in the buys at all, right? I would rather look for a massive short to continue. And the shorts would hurt a lot of traders because I know a lot of traders are bullish going into this CPI report. So that's the bearish scenario where I will start looking for shorts. If we can get this EMA underneath here, retest that EMA, show rejection, I'll short that, no problem. Right now, the EMA is still above it, which is why I think the door is still open for higher. You just have to wait until the market actually, similar to here, right? Accumulate, accumulate. Price was stuck in this area from 7:30 p.m. all the way to midnight before you started to see price break and hold this EMA. That's when you can get a clean buy. Even this move here, right? Say you got in late, you still caught 30, 40 points on ES, you know? So there's really no point in rushing. One trade so far, I caught a piece of this short. I got out around this midnight price, and now price is hanging out around this Asia low inside of this imbalance. Let's check the 1 minute. Let's see if there's any 1 minute structures holding up price right now. Nothing. 1 minute fair value gap, but not much. Let's see what happened after that low was taken. All right, so yeah, we're taking that low. We got a nice shift. Just waiting on price to show us something here. And then remember, there is a massive imbalance here, but let me highlight this down here. Price could want to just retest the base of this structure, which that's what it's starting to look like. I don't. The EMA is getting close now. So now that the EMA is getting close, you're going to see the volume pick up. Let's check on NASDAQ. NASDAQ, yeah, this is going to be extremely bearish, man. Extremely bearish. Yeah, I don't see anything stopping price here. I like for price to just continue to free fall. A valid pullback is really what I want to see, but let's see. Let's go 5 minute. We got a somewhat of a pullback here, right? So this could be my next lower high. You get the pullback. Now I just need to see displacement. And I want to see a break of structure on ES. Remember, ES is the leader. So this SMT could be a scam to go higher. I need to see ES take lows. I need to see ES break structure. That's when I'll know. All right. Notice that even on the 5 minute, we've officially, oh, that's tough. Yeah, so even on the 5 minute, we've officially gotten underneath here. and now we're starting to respect that bearishness. We'll see. Don't want to get too caught up in this accumulation right now. But the cool part is we've made it through all of the important prices. All right, let's see. All of these prices in here. What is this? How does demonstration work? I don't know. Drawing tool. Where's my drawing? There it is. So all of the important prices, we've made it through those, right? So when I look over here and I see the same exact thing, that's very reassuring that, okay, price is bearish. If we can push back into these levels and reject, there's no question that price will just continue lower. All right, here we go. Let's see who else is trading right now. Anybody on YouTube trading this right now? I see Tanya, but I don't think Tanya took anything. Let's see Lumi. What's Lumi thinking right now? Oh, Lumi's in a short, but I think she's on ES. Yeah, Lumi's in a short right now. Let me hear what she's talking about. Bro, Lumi literally just said the same thing I said. She says, I'm not ready to long just yet. If I'm going to long, it'll be above 10 a.m. open. She is in shorts literally right now at what price? Let's see. 6990. So she's in shorts like right here, right now. I think this 5 minute rejection from this fair value gap is what helped her confirm that short. She's in a short here looking for this literally the same targets we have she has on her charts, which makes sense, bro. Like I just don't care to short it, but I'm hoping for that manipulation drive back to like midnight. But we did retest this Asia low. Like for example, if I take away this green area of interest, we did retest this Asia low. I can erase this. Asia low gets hit. Nice rejection. Holds the EMA. EMA is now underneath structure. This could be a short, no question. But for me, the one thing that makes me not want to short right now, it's just the time. The time plays a big factor for me, right? We took out a lot of liquidity for the first hour of 10 a.m. We just drive lower. I'm expecting some sort of drive back higher to form some sort of manipulation because if you notice, there was no manipulation higher on the. Oh my good, there it is. Now we're talking. This is what you want to see. And notice it starts to show that volume as soon as the EMA gets to this level here. Now let's see what happens. All right, yeah. Now I'm gonna go ahead and get ready here. I I honestly think we're gonna go bullish just for the sake of all the people who are buying. Right, you take out all the early buyers, stop them out, and now here we go. Oh, but this is starting to diverge crazy right now. back at midnight price for Nasdaq. Nasdaq is stronger. Remember we said that earlier. ES was a lot weaker than Nasdaq coming into this session. When it comes to not higher time frame, right? But you guys remember what I said. The only thing I use to determine which one is stronger is the first 15 minutes of the market open, and you see that Nasdaq was the one pushing out highs, and ES was the one taking out lows. All right, and also ES took out Asia low first. ES took out the low of the range first. If we climb back inside of this range here, this is it right now. Yeah, perfect. I have to watch Nasdaq because Nasdaq is the stronger one in this scenario today. So remember I said once price drives back into here, we'll get our answer. Is price bullish or we, you know, break, retest and go higher? Or is price bearish? This is the moment of truth right here. It looks like Lumi just got stopped, but I think she's right with her bias. I think it's just a matter of waiting, bro. Sometimes you just have to wait a little bit more. Driving back into this EMA here. Where's 10 a.m.? Is this 10 a.m.? It's crazy how all these prices literally, okay, 10 a.m.'s up here. And then we're nowhere near it. We're nowhere near 9:30. I think price has to hit here. Now that we're breaking back above midnight. And this is 10 a.m. All right, yeah. So that's going to be my draw for right now because the power of three, right? If price is bearish, price should reject this level here. 10 a.m. should be a brick wall. The price is bullish. We're going to get open low and then start flipping at 10 a.m. and start pushing towards buy side. And look, 9:30 is way up here. Yeah, we could end up back in that territory. All right, so yeah, I'll check back in on Lumi later. Let's see what Tanya is up to. Tanya probably won't even trade this, or unless she goes long like right now. This is a nice. This is a decent long setup. It's not terrible. This isn't bad, guys. Tanya's going long inside of this Nasdaq fair value gap. She's going long right now. Let's see what the 5 minute looks like. I may entertain. No, never mind. Oh, I would want to see price drive back into like something like that, where you get that change in the state with that SMT retest. Maybe, but nah. There goes the bullish rally, rally, rally. Go, go, go. I want to see if we can retest this pretty fast. I love that we're flipping this session high here and retesting it with a nice bit of volume. This is good. Wait, let me see. Yeah, I like this. The one thing I would wait for is a pullback. Cause it's gonna pull back. It is going to pull back. I like this area here. I'll show you guys in a second what I'm looking at. But this 5 minute zone here, you got EMA support sitting right inside of it. You have this unmitigated bearish gap. Price should start to reject here, or maybe off of one of these price points. But you should see some rejection that sends price back down into here, so you know whether this gap is actually bullish enough to hold it with the retest, right? Because what you're noticing is we get underneath this red line, which is a very important line for me on the higher time frame. We give a bearish gap, we sweep SMT at the low, and you give this BPR profile here, which is a classic reversal model. Bearish gap, fill the bearish gap, reject, SMT off the rejection and then immediately recover that bearish gap, make it bullish. If we can retest this with a strong reaction, you have to buy that. Understanding that price still hasn't hit this 10 a.m. price yet, which is the ultimate decider of whether price wants to turn around or not, right? This is the key area. That's why I have it highlighted. And this will be a 5-minute reversal profile. If this retest holds up, I think I'm going to give that a jab. Just a basic higher time frame level gets hit. We hit Asia low. We hit a lot of bullish territory. And we offer a 5-minute flip in structure with the BPR. And it's still pretty early, right? So it's only 11 o'clock. So that right there tells me that this sell-off could be fake. So with all those in mind, my intuition steps in here and says, okay, price could really be bullish here. So I wanna see how this handles a retest. And I like how we're holding this midnight price. I like how ES is holding this Asia high. Looks pretty solid if you ask me. Just waiting on that drive lower. We have a new 30-minute candle opening right now. We have a bearish gap right here. We have a 30-minute EMA. So it's almost guaranteed that we're going to see some rejection first before this can continue. Right? Always keep in mind that if price is pushing into an unmitigated bearish area, expect rejection. You don't need to expect to sell, right? You don't want to sell it. You just expect some sort of rejection, whether it be tiny, like push into it, tiny rejection, and then go, or push into it and then actually continue lower, right? But you should expect some sort of rejection. All right. So let's see if we get that in a speedy manner here. And then while that shapes up, I'm gonna go look for some other trade idea. Yeah, look at how bullish crypto is. That's another sign that price is probably gonna keep going higher today. Yeah, I think we're chilling. I think it's gonna flip here. I think it's gonna flip here. Hmm. What about the 1 minute here? Let's see. I'm wondering what structures are being presented on the lower time frame. So let me check this out. 1 second. Just give us one manipulated drive lower. That would be phenomenal. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna. It's tough right now. I feel like as soon as I try to get in, it's gonna pull back. And then if I don't get in, it's gonna run away. So I think I'm just stuck in the middle right now. I need to see a pullback. If it doesn't pull back, I'll be all right. I just hate when it does this type of stuff, man. It sits here and acts like it just can't go any lower, like it's trying. Sometimes it's true. Sometimes it'll hold this midnight price and then just run. Other times it'll act like it can't go any lower, and then the next candle just completely obliterates all of this in here. But I don't know if this one is gonna take off or what. That's why I'm looking on the lower time frame to see if there's any confluences to enter right now. Man. Yeah, I'm gonna sit and just wait for a pullback here. All right. So what I'm noticing here is, let's go over here to ES for sure. And like I mentioned, looks like all of the macro activity this morning, 940, 950, we were just sitting inside of this massive gap here. Now that we've closed through here, I would just wait. I want to see price get above here. That's just the safest way to buy. A break above here opens the door for a lot more upside. Same thing over here on the NASDAQ. We had, yeah, same thing here. I have this level marked off up here. It'll be a little bit late, but because price doesn't want to pull back into this BPR, I guess it did somewhat pull back, but I want to see a legit drive back into this wide open fair value gap. You see how price is just pretending like, oh, I don't need to fill in that gap. We're good. That's the scam that I'm trying to avoid here. Because let's say I buy it here. I'm bullish, right? I get it. I understand I want to see higher, but where do I put my stop? It's just begging you to get in early so it can stop you out, bro. And it does a really good job at baiting people in early. Because when I look at the lower time frame, there's just too much here that it's like being ignored. We have a clean breaker. There goes the drive on ES. A little further. Come on. And what I'm looking at here is at least fill in this 1 minute gap, you know? We did fill it in. This is tough, bro. I just hate when it does stuff like this because it's like it knows it wants higher. It knows that it's in no rush. But at the same time, it wants you to feel like something's about to happen. Mm. All right, so lower time frame structure, clearly bullish. All right. We have a few things to look at here. First things first is we are we're still up under here, bro. ES is still fighting to show that bullishness. If we look at the lower time frame, right, you get a clean reversal model. You get this change in the state, right? So I can highlight this candle right here. It's a bullish candle. We change in the state, pull back, displace, and now we have this fair value gap sitting right here. It didn't fill that 5 minute, but this 2 minute gap is being filled. EMA is being held. We just have this last barrier literally right here that forces me to be patient, right? But a strong move above these levels here is going to open the door for higher. It just gets a little bit tricky because look at all the resistance here. Price could literally hit any one of these levels and dump and go right back bearish, right? So it's really going to be important to be patient. I really would prefer a short because there's not much resistance on the shorts. If I were to go lower, look at it. You could just free fall. There's no real 4 hour timestamps in the way. But remember, like I said, this low right here was important. We get up under it. Now we're climbing back above it. I'm looking for 10 a.m., which is here. The first 1 minute gap at 10 a.m. Holding it here. Is this a gap? Let me make sure. I think it's just bullish, bro. Yeah, we got a small gap here. See if we can find a better gap. This is this is the 2 minute. That's why. All right. So yeah, 10 a.m. right here. This is the gap. Yeah. I think I just have to wait, bro. Because once we clear this high right here, notice this is that 10 a.m. gap that broke through all structure. Price retested it, held it like a champion, right? And then from there, you see price have no hope for higher. So until price can get above here, I'm gonna be bearish. I would love to see price start breaking through these bullish gaps instead of going higher, but we'll see. Looks like price is really just going higher here. It almost looks too easy, right? It almost looks like as soon as you get in, it's gonna drop way back down here. Oh my goodness, bro. But I will say this, right? We did break midnight for NASDAQ, which is stronger. We broke it. We retested it multiple times. The EMA is holding up. And remember that higher time frame EMA? We're starting to see the EMA doesn't want to get underneath this level once again. We have this unmitigated bearish gap right here. This is going to be rejection. We're about to get some rejection in the market. I could almost guarantee that you're going to see some selling pressure step in. As soon as price crosses this line, hits this price is probably going to end up way back down here. And that's where I'm going to look for my idea. But Bitcoin is soaring. Where's the draw for Bitcoin? Let's go 4 hour. Okay, yeah. We're pushing right to here at least. No wick candle. 7 p.m. open. Looks good to me. Daily candles. No wick. Yeah, definitely pushing up into that area. And then Ethereum should be right behind it. Yeah. No wick candle up here on the daily chart. Yeah, come on. Price looks like it's going to soar. We've already filled in this bearish gap here. We got some bearish pressure sitting here. Nice engulfing candle there. So maybe that's the draw. Add an alert there. Have we filled that in yet? Okay, we're filling in this 30-minute gap. So even better. We could see some resistance right here, right now. Also, 30-minute gap here on ES should create a bit of rejection for us. And that's where I'll wait to get in. Once we fill in that gap and we show that the sellers are not in control, then I'm going to be interested in going long. Just looking at structure, though, I love this bullish profile here. The question is, are we going to break through here? That's why I have to wait. I love the profile though. Clean reversal profile. Now you're getting that push. All right, you're gonna see some rejection here. There we go. I want to see price show some weakness right now. There we go. Nice rejection on the ES here. Hmm. Excellent rejection. All right, yeah, now we can start looking for a trade. We get above here, I'm gonna look to start buying ES. And the reason I like ES is because we're back at 10 a.m. on ES. Okay. Very important price point here. Either price is gonna reject this, and then we're gonna end up going bearish. A closure through here is bearish for me. You know, we get back up under this Asia low. I like short. There goes the rejection. You see how you can, if you really understand what the market's doing, it gives you certain areas where you should expect reactions. And that's why these timestamps are so important, bro. If you don't have this on your chart, it just looks like the market just hits nothing here. Looks like it's rejecting in thin air. All right, if I take off all of that, it looks like what's happening here? Nothing. No man's land. But when you put on these timestamps, you see that this is a 4-hour opening price, meaning a 4-hour candle opened at 2 a.m. This level is important across the New York session. And you can see we're getting beautiful rejection. This is what I want to see, right? Because notice NASDAQ has not hit 10 a.m. So there's a SMT up here now. We're getting an SMT, which is bearish, off of this key level. That's even more probable if it holds, right? So I'm looking for this SMT to send price back underneath this Asia low, and that'll be a clean short. If price fails to reject here, right? You see the rejection, so you know that the algorithm is working. If this rejection fails to break through these lows here and then ends up back above here, then I know I can buy that. And now I have an area where I can put my stop, right? I could put my stop underneath that most recent swing low. And then I'll start looking for, it's crazy. Like, that's why I don't think we're bullish, bro. Look at how much upside price would have to go. If we are bullish, it may be like a slow grind type of day. Or maybe we don't actually take the highs. We just push back to like a previous week high here. Or push back to this higher time frame setup here. But I don't know, bro. I think we're bearish. I think we're bearish. We will see. We will see. What I'm noticing is this higher time frame shift, right? We close through here, boom, retest, boom. Now we're getting more. Look at this selling pressure stepping up right now. Yeah, guys. We get back up under here, I will be Mr. Short. Take off some of this, clean this up. And notice, look, notice the EMA over here on ES. Remember, ES is the leader. NASDAQ just likes to play games. ES is truly showing you weakness. The EMA is squeezing back to this point of control here. And let's actually look at the volume now that I think about it. Let's see where all the volume resides for this setup. Okay, the volume is actually bullish. On the bullish side of things, we've broken that point of control. All right. Let's see Nasdaq. So that may be what saves price here. Well, Nasdaq, see, Nasdaq has a point of control that hasn't really shown. This is tough. So the high would be here. Yeah, this point of control is still in bearish territory. Price, if price does push into here, it could slam lower. Massive discrepancy in the volume right now. I like how we got this bounce, right? So if I'm looking at this red line specifically, notice how the EMA refused to get up under there. I like that. If I'm bullish. However, when I look over here at ES has allowed the EMA to get up under this level, and then now we're rejecting this 10 a.m. So this is like a moment of truth for me. If we can get back above 10 a.m., I'm gonna buy. I'm gonna place a buy. No question. It looks like we're gonna hold. I like how we got the rejection, but you see the rejection has not really played much of a factor. We rejected, hit the EMA, and now the EMA seems to be taking control. I have to buy NASDAQ, understanding that ES is way weaker, right? You want to make sure you're not buying ES if ES is weaker. If I'm short, I'm going to short ES here. If I'm long, I'm going to long NASDAQ. All right, so here we go, man. Let's see if we can get that flip. Okay, nice. You see what happened, right? We hit this level, as I mentioned, and now price is showing a ton of bearishness. I think I want to short this, man. If we can get, like I said, I just want to see price get up under here. Get up under this Asia low, get up under this structure here. I'll short it. So I'm gonna watch ES here for my trade idea. ES is gonna be the answer. We have a clean breaker shaping high, low, high. Now, if we can aggressively, it has to be aggressive. I want to aggressively take this low, get up under here. Then I'm going long. I'm sorry, I'm going short. We fail to get up under here, close above here. I'm going long on NASDAQ. Fabulous. Fabulous. This is the reaction you want to see. Notice price is slicing effortlessly, right? You hit that key area, you sell. All I need is a Strong bearish closure underneath here. If we fail to get up under here, it's going to be so obvious that it's bullish. Now that we got the reaction we wanted to see, it has to continue now. Price starts to bounce off of here, gets back above here, then I know for sure it's not going bearish. There we go. There we go. Let's see here. I'm thinking in like a short from here, stop up here. And I want all of these lows for the most part. Beautiful. Beautiful. Let's check the higher time frame, see if that EMA starting to squeeze price. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is just like I mentioned, you have to account for that 5-minute area down here because now we're getting that 5-minute gap fill. But I like NASDAQ to be a little bit late to the shorts where ES should be a leader. All right, there we go. So we got that flip. Now I'm looking for a push back into this green area as support, as resistance. And if price holds that resistance, oh my goodness, bro. This is so lame. This isn't bearish. This isn't bearish. It's not bearish. There's no way this is bearish. That when you see stuff like that, it's a scam. It's not. It's gonna flip. Oh my goodness, kid. Some stuff is like, I promise you, bro. I think we're gonna be bullish here, bro. They just gave out the entire short with no pullback. Red flag, right? But now we're pushing. Where are we pushing? Right back into that 5-minute area that I was talking about earlier. You're getting a strong reaction. Yeah, I'm gonna probably end up buying this. Actually, no, I don't know, bro. What was that? It's 11:30. This sucks, kid. Because this could still go bearish, yo. If we close underneath midnight on NASDAQ, I'm short, guys. Because I don't think that was enough. I think that was just the beginning of the selling pressure. And now we're pushing right back into bearish gaps. I don't think that was enough. I think that was just the very beginning here. Let's see. If we can hold this EMA, get back below midnight on NASDAQ without breaking this high. Imagine if I just put a short at the same level I knew it was going to reject from. You just caught 65 points by accident if you just short the right level. That's crazy to me, man. All right, so here we go. Retesting this Asia low, retesting this bearish fair value gap, retesting everything I wanted to see happen. This is clean. If we can just get a clean entry here, I think price is going to just dump bad. Yeah. I think it's going to squeeze out all the buyers here. We had this up close candle here. Close through it, retest, dump off of it. 5-minute, 2-minute, close. Yeah, it just doesn't look like this is over with. But you got to be careful because like I mentioned, this is a perfect 5-minute reversal profile. The one thing that makes me like the shorts over the buys is the SMT off of this important level, right? So it looks like we're going short, man. I think I'm going to short this. Yeah, because if I'm wrong, we'll get the buy, but I think this goes short regardless. I want to see NASDAQ before I go short, right? I want to see NASDAQ get up under this midnight price. Because what's so special about this here? You see how we wick it, and then we get a strong sell candle and we still aren't able to break it? That right there is suspect for me. And then you see the point of control over here still holding up on ES. So I'm gonna chill here and just try to play this safe. We got the selling pressure we were looking for. If this fails, then that means it's 100% bullish. So if I give it a few more minutes, I should know exactly what to expect here. And I'll probably want to buy the NASDAQ. Yeah. And you're just going to have to put your stop underneath this midnight price if you're bullish, like a 40-point stop. This is the manipulation drive. A move back above here, maybe even 45 points, but you see, I can't even go that big on my stop, bro, because yeah, I'm not gonna go. I'm gonna go like 35 points max because I want to be able to get out. Yeah, I'm gonna long this here. We're starting to show that this is just, yeah, 35 points, 8 micros. I'm gonna go 9 micros here. I'm gonna long that there, guys. Yeah, that's too obvious. Oh, goodness, guys. This is trash, bro. This is trash. I'm not getting a good feel at all. I have to buy ES over here. I don't think I should do that, bro. I'm trying to get a good feel on my other accounts, and then I don't think I'm gonna get it. I got a bad feel over here too. Come on, yeah, pull back. Give me a decent pullback at least. I don't know, man. I want to buy ES, but ES isn't the one you really want to buy. Let's see if it pulls back. What time is it? 11:30. Yeah, it might pull back here. I really want to get in at 25,916, and that way I can get a 35-point stop. Oh my goodness, it's gonna run without me, kid. Where would I buy if I bought ES here? Stop below here, 7 points. Probably go like a 6-point stop there. How many contracts would that be? 15. But ES is the weaker one here, so this is tough. Maybe we get one more pullback. 11:34. Bro, what is going on, bro? Bro, I don't get it. I can't even, bro. My goodness. Is it because I'm not signed in? I'm trying to. I try to get filled here on ES, and it keeps rejecting my order. So I think I'm gonna miss this trade. All right, weekly open getting hit here. I'm gonna take off some because we've already um made some decent profits today. So I'm gonna take off maybe half of my position here. Wait, just see. Let's see. Let's see what happens. Cause I'd rather just close full. It all depends on if we get some rejection from this weekly open. I may close this out in full, guys. Let's go. All right, yeah, I'm gonna close that. And that'll do for me today. That was 400 there. I believe I hit 400 on the first trade as well, so that's close to 800 bucks today. Actually put that back on there. I don't know what's going on with my other account, man. I tried to buy it. All right, so this could be very, very bad for Price here. Price could try and go bearish here. I'm gonna stick around here for the potential short. I just don't think price is really bullish. There's so much in the way, and if you notice, we keep getting SMT on every move higher. This was nice though. Yeah, if Nasdaq continues, which it looks like it wants to, and then ES breaks this high here, I'll be buying I'll be buying ES, anticipating that we just continue higher today. Because remember, like I mentioned, right? This 5 minute setup right here was enough for me to believe that price may actually try to go bullish. What do? We put in a bullish profile and we actually retested it, held it, and now we look like we're going to break the key area that I want to see broken. If we break this, I'm 100% thinking that, all right, maybe price can reclaim a lot of this swing highs in here, right? Look at NASDAQ go. Excellent entry here. I tried to enter on my other accounts, but it rejected my order. Maybe because I needed to refresh my page or something. Let me see. If I try to buy right now, I don't know. We're getting some rejection here. Might go bearish, right? Just think about what's happening right now. We're pushing back into the same key area. It just looks like Nasdaq is a lot stronger, but really it's hitting the same level. We're pushing right back into the same bearish 10 minute, I'm sorry, 10 a.m. area, and we're getting some decent rejection out of it on both charts. So I want to know, can we actually get back underneath this EMA? I was able to catch about 30 points here. Yep, caught about 30 points on that move up. Pretty fast, but I just don't I don't know if price is truly going to be able to make it back to this high. But we're about to find out. Volume is excellent. Everything looks good. And then remember, this area up here, if we look at ES, it has to hold up. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Wow. So the reason why it didn't fill me in was because I needed to refresh my page. Come on, kid. But I'm actually I'm gonna lock out these accounts that I caught the trade on, and I'm gonna trade the account that was not filled because this setup's still very, very clean. Very, very clean. Very clean. I want to see the short if you ask me. But the markets have been, pretty healthy. Sentiment, look at this. Yeah, never mind. We're still going higher. Yeah, we're still going higher. I may get in on this inversion here. I'm really just waiting for a safe breakout so that I know exactly where to put my stop here on ES. Like a closure above here, put my stop below that swing low that was just put in. That's fair play. And then literally hold it until we take out some highs. This is a very important area of interest as well. Still haven't really hit it. There we go. And then, like I mentioned, I may get in now on ES just to save myself a few points because this is so bullish right now. 6 points, 17 micros. Bro, I think they have me on some sort of weird. Why is it rejecting my orders, bro? I don't get it, bro. Now it's filling me in. Yeah, I'm long here on ES. I'm gonna send this to VIP as well. This just looks extremely, extremely bullish. How do I want to play this? Where are my targets? So this previous weekly high is, we've already broken it twice, right? So now that we've broken this twice and we put this internal high here, I would say price is likely to genuinely make a new high of day. Um, what price did I get here? 7,005 on ES. Stop below this point of control. Stop below here. I may even go bigger on the stop. 7 points on the stop. I need to go read these rules also. Hold on, bro, because I got that funded next bolt account and they keep denying my contract size. So maybe I just don't fully understand my restrictions here. Futures, frequently asked questions. 7,000. Yes. And then we're looking for a 7 for about 7. That's it. Yeah, 7 for 7. Nothing crazy. Like I said, I'm locked out of these accounts. I'm gonna there we go. I need to read these rules, bro, because I tried to get a full position. I couldn't even get a full position, bro. Bolt, BOLT. All right, so this is honestly a major point here. Price could reject this midnight price, but the key to this whole trade idea is Nasdaq is leading the way here. I don't see any reason for Nasdaq to stop going higher right now. We broke through weekly open. We should see some speed. There we go. There we go. Now the next area of resistance is going to be this level here, which I already have highlighted in red. I'm up about 5 points. I'm going to take this. Yeah, I'm going to get out of here. Let's go. Yeah, I'm gonna take this, guys. And that's gonna be 5.5 points on ES. Because it could start being weird here. Let's go. Two really nice scalps today. Make that three actually. But this is the same trade as the ES. I'm sorry, as the NASDAQ trade. It's just on ES. Yeah. Let me type this up for VIP. 1 second. I'm out here at 6 points. Uh-oh. Might not even have to type anything. Yeah, I gotta type that. This might dump. Yep, I'm out here. Yeah. Or just move to break even. Yeah. VIP, I'm moving you to break even. All right, there we go. All right, yeah. I'll take that. We did break midnight here. I think it really rallies. I think this is confirming that it wants higher, but you just have to know where rejection is gonna come in at. And rejection is likely to come in off of a few levels. We saw rejection here. We avoided being stopped out, right? Avoided the stupidity by just waiting for the rejection to finish. Once price started to push, I was okay taking this entry, take it up to the weekly open. That's a clean trade. Now that you have the weekly open secured, wait for price to show you what it wants to do here. We break through it, showing me that it could push into this red area. That's exactly where we're pushing, which is where I bought ES. And now that ES is pushing into bearish territory, I don't want to be too greedy. I am up close to 600 across all accounts today. And that's going to wrap it up. Today was a little bit unorthodox, as you can see, like more scalp type trading, but I just love that the volume is present, man. As long as there's volume, I can get a good idea of where the market is trying to go. All right. And that's going to wrap it up for me here. VIP, like I said, VIP moving you to break even, secure some profits if you want. Currently up about uh 3.5 points. I'm out at 5 points. So yeah, don't want to give back too much here because I think we're still in bearish territory until I see it take that high. I'm like, I don't know if it's really going to, right? Nice. I see Tanya took the buys down here too. Yeah, you could see it shaping up. You could see the buys shaping up. It was just very important to just wait for that manipulation. You knew that something was gonna happen here. It baited you, baited you, baited you, baited you, baited you to buy, and then stopped out. I'm sure a lot of people got stopped with this stupid wick, especially on ES as well. All right, so that's gonna wrap it up for me here. It's 11:47. Hopefully, you guys made money on your prop firm accounts today. I sure did, and we will see what tomorrow has in store. Let me check the news real quick, and then I'll drop these screenshots. Look at this. Yeah, this looks bullish now. At this point, at this point, yeah, go ahead, set your alerts for these highs, man. That would be remarkable if we can go from this low to this high before the PM session. This is A plus volume. And then we have tomorrow. Okay, yeah. So tomorrow's pretty solid. We have PPI tomorrow. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. Let me get these screenshots and then that's it for me. All right, nice, nice. There you go. VIP 7 points on the ES there. Really clean trade. Like, man, CPI, nice volume. No complaints here. All right, I'm gonna drop this in the chat. And yeah, hopefully everybody made money on their journey today. Jump in the chat room if you have anything to say, if you have any questions, as always, just hit me up in the chat room. Also, if you're watching, drop a like on the stream if you made money today. All right, cool. So yeah, tomorrow there's more news on the table. So we'll see what we can get tomorrow. And I'll catch you guys then. Let me double check. No 10 a.m. news tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll be on around 9:45, 9:50 tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Later. Take care. God bless.